Most people talk about leaving America, but you up and did it.
I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with America. It's like the bad boyfriend that you keep coming back to. I worked in politics and journalism, and I've lost faith in politics.
I'm like a skeptic. I've been working on this stuff all my life. But when you go to Detroit, you're going to see people taking responsibility for their own lives using restorative practices, like revolution by conversation. If we can encourage people to replicate it, we can transform America. And I'm convinced you'll like it.
People in the court system, they see people on their worst day. They hear stories that are horrific. That takes a toll on them.
It's cold enough for you?
Oh my God, why is it so cold? Can you tell them to turn the heat up, Henry?
It's gonna get up to, I think, 50 today, so you should be good.
Oh my God.
When you talk about helping to institutionalize restorative practice, people in the court system, they're training all 500 to 600 staff. The fundamental hypothesis of restorative practice is people are happier, more productive, more cooperative when those in authority are doing things with them rather than to them or for them. What does that look like in the courts?
Hello. Okay, good morning, team.
Good morning.
Everybody looks fantastic. We're going to start with a check-in question. Think about your K through 12 experience. Favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher, her name was Miss Vuai, and she taught social studies.
My teacher, Mrs. Jackson, cared about everybody.
Miss McCara at Freeman Elementary in Flint, and she was just really genuine.
Believe it or not, my favorite teacher, even though I was just starting out, was my kindergarten teacher, and I still remember her to this day. She was a small person. We were like about the same height. She's the one that taught me how to read.
Getting back into facilitating our trainings. I do have a little bit of anxiety since we took a brief break. I mean, we were on a roll, and I'm just wondering, will it all come back?
You know, taking a break is kind of hard to get back into things.
Right. I think that once you go through the material, it'll just click. You'll just jump right back into it, and everything will just flow.
I know the material. The material's not, it's just me standing there.
Although you may not feel confident, for the most part, the entire court has enjoyed the training.
Yes, and we know we're not dealing with an easy crowd.
I have a member of my team that is getting moved up. And I'm just a little leery about how the rest of the staff is going to be receptive to this person moving up, especially since one of the people that's on this team, they do the exact same work this person does, but they have just shined. I've already had conversations with this person about things that I feel like they need to work on, but now that it is reality, I am just anticipating a little bit of pushback. You guys have any tips?
It's a great opportunity for a circle. Lots of I feel statements. You could even talk about why. Sometimes people go above and beyond the call of duties.
Okay. It's on the success of the department as a whole and your team and how it's going to require the support of everyone.
And I think people appreciate transparency. You're there to process the feelings or the thoughts or questions or concerns. And unlike what Stephanie said, the focus on the department, the teams.
So I should have my own circle about this and ask how they feel.
I feel. Once you get going and you do the check-in question, it's a big icebreaker, and then, you know, people let their guard down and things go on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. If we don't have anything else, gotta check out. What is your goal as we wrap up this first quarter of the year?
There's a lot of changes in our department right now. And my goal is to maintain
a low stress level for myself so I don't become overwhelmed by all the changes.
January, I set a goal with my mentor that I was going to be more in front and not in the back. I have a couple of, doing my first facilitating this end of this month, and then I have a couple of events that I will be emceeing, and yeah, and so out of my comfort zone, if y'all all know, so out of my, I'm like, ooh.
We've got a lot of changes in our department. I'm just trying to be very free-flowing with the information. As soon as I know it, I'm putting the word out, explanations, and what we've learned from restorative practice. I will get a lot more buy-in from the rest of our team if everyone knows what's going on. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you, ladies. I'm so appreciative of your time and being so open and so welcoming to each other and to us.
RP has changed the dynamics of our office.
And what's been positive for me, the last person to request a circle was a staff member, and I volunteered.
Yeah, she has so shocking to me. She just came out of this coop. I don't know.
I think that says a lot about the strength of the relationship that you developed with each other. How do you think restorative practices has the potential to change Detroit?
And it's exciting just in and of itself being a part of a cultural shift. This is a legal institution. We're one of the toughest groups of people to implement such a thing. It takes people who are not of that realm and makes them want to open up and connect.